Next up, we have Andrea Vocab Sanderson, everybody! The mother I always wanted, the sister I never had, the friend anybody would want. I don't know how the Oprah quote goes, but I love you. I love you, Vocab. All right. Andrea Vocab Sanderson is the first Black Poet Laureate of San Antonio, 2020 to 2023. Her dynamic style is a fusion of poetry, hip-hop, and R&B. Her numerous awards include the Arts and Letters Award, 2020, the Best Local Poet in 2021 from the San Antonio Current, and she is a teaching artist for Gemini Ink. In 2021, she received an Academy of American Poets Laureate Fellowship. Good job. Vocab's debut book is entitled She Lives in Music, published by Flower Song Press in February 2020. All right, everybody, give it up to Vocab.
Before I get started, I want to say a couple of things. One is that the Golden Walk on Marbach was my favorite restaurant as a child, and Best Quality Daughter is my favorite restaurant now. So that's awesome. Can I just hold this? I mean, would it be okay just to hold it so that we won't have to worry about feedback at all? There you go. I'll just pull it back just a little bit from my mouth. And time to press the space bar. No turning back. Here we go. Brandon Graham on my left, and Dr. Lawrence Scott now on my right. This is about the year 2000. We were in a group called Lyrically Spiritually Committed, or LSC Ministries, hip hop gospel. We traveled in Larry's beat up Camaro all over the state of Texas doing gospel hip hop, mostly for free. But this is how I cut my teeth. This is how I got started. In 2018, Chris Conde wrote a story, The Untold Story of Andrea Vocab Sanderson, that talked about how much work I'd done up until that point. I got the cover of the Current. It changed my life. That was January of 2018. Shout out to Chris Conde. He's the best artist. So wonderful. I love him. And Allison, like, y'all are superheroes in my book. I received an award at the inaugural Mayor's Ball a couple years ago for being a dream voice, and I slept through the first time I was supposed to get that award because I worked third shift, so they had to present it to me at the Mayor's Ball. So I kind of like put a wrecking ball in his party by getting an award at his ball. Thanks, you're in Nuremberg, you're the best. So a few years ago, I did a theater production called the Bad Mama Jamma mixtape to an all sold out audience at the Little Carver. And my good friend Trees created these awesome panels. And we just had a good time doing shows and empowering women through dance and poetry and song. And that's pretty much what I do all the time. So in 2019, I won the People's Choice Award. It was pretty cool. Like, thanks Luminaria Artist Foundation for believing in me, giving me $15,000 so I could do a companion project of a book and an album. And I was on the rooftop at the Art Pace when I took this picture, and it was really hot. Black girl sweating. All right. I talked to this lady named Mac Shelton one night. She came to my poetry spot, and she turned and she goes, "You're the reason why I'm here." And I was like, "Okay, what do you want, white lady?" And that's what I said in my head, not out loud. She asked me if she could paint me, and so I went ahead and used the painting she did for my book and album cover, and I love it. This homeboy right here is Mayor Nuremberg, and at his inauguration in 2019, my friend and I, Nick Blevins, got to sing for City Council. We got a standing ovation. It was pretty fun. It was good to see them get sworn in. I was freaking out, but you know, we did it. It was a thing. In 2020, the very next year, I was named Poet Laureate 2 weeks after the shutdown, and I sat at home and started thinking of initiatives. I was the first African-American Poet Laureate, as you heard, and I decided to do a digital postcard thing where I asked people to write poems, and it went pretty big, and I enjoyed doing that process, but it's been hard work being Poet Laureate. So then I talked to San Antonio Museum of Art, and we did a year-long partnership called Action Sama, where we had people come and get postcards and create postcards so they could send out to community, because we were all stuck at home and we didn't have anywhere to go, and we wanted to be doing something to help community, and we had a certain person that was our president that, you know, caused an insurrection. Then, oh my gosh, I got to paint the ground with Centro San Antonio. This project was called Elevated Melanin. They asked me to write a poem, and we painted it around Travis Park in the middle of the night so that no racist people would come and hurt us. And the next day, on August 5th, 2020, we unveiled it to the whole city, and you'll see what it looks like in just a minute when we get 2 pictures away, because I should have put them in chronological order, but I didn't. So the next thing I did was talk to Palo Alto College, and they asked me to do a TEDx talk, which is something I always wanted to do. My now deceased supervisor, Don Wilson, used to have me watch TED Talks all the time, and I said, one day I want to do one of those, and I got to do one about empowering your voice, because your voice has power, like mine, giving feedback. And now, jubilant and exuberant is the melanin of our skin. From despair, we have arisen. Those are the words that are painted around Travis Park. Your skin is beautiful, and you are beautiful, and that's the most important thing I can tell you. Thank you, Centro San Antonio, and Andy Rodriguez, and all the people who helped make that happen. In 2020, shout out to Wally Films, I got to do the voice work for 2020, A Metamorphosis, that draw parallels between the monarch butterfly migration and COVID-19. Yes, I really wanted to do voiceover work. I still want to do voiceover work, so holla at your girl if you have opportunities for me to do that. I'm just saying. All right, do it for you, do it for family, do it for San Antonio, help the community. Allison Alonso and I are at, what is that, the Majestic Theater on the walls. They got pictures of us because we were 2 artists that created songs about COVID safety campaigns and encourage people to wear masks. Fun fact, I got COVID-19 the weekend that I filmed that commercial. All right, I was voted Best Literary Advocate by the San Antonio Magazine, and I was like, I am on a magazine cover with the freaking coyote. I have made it. I had no idea that people love me that much until I saw this happen, and I was like, yo, it don't get no better than this. So a year after the 1-year anniversary of the Elevated Melanin mural, they put up in Peacock Alley this commemorative mural saying that a year ago, hey, we put some temporary paint on the ground that said some cool words. And so I'm really happy that this still stands, even though the paint faded away. And I'm gonna be throwing some events in Peacock Alley that are really fun. This is Woody. He does marketing for San Antonio Fire Department. He asked me to audition for a commercial campaign encouraging children of color to join the San Antonio Fire Department when they became adults. And I got the part. So if you go to movies, you can hear my voice telling young kids that they're family and they're dedicated and they can be a San Antonio Fire Department member. And then I found out I was a Black superhero, y'all. I got illustrated on the cover of The Current with our good mayor and Johnny Hernandez and these 2 other awesome individuals. And it was another one of those moments that was very life-affirming and changing for me, because I love superhero movies, like Marvel movies are my fave. And I love DC too, but I'm just saying Marvel. All right, so then a few weeks ago at City Hall-ish, City Council, the Chambers, I was with Jed Craddock and Danielle Campbell-Steens doing a song called Action or Empathy. And that was like the $1 billion bond day. It was a big deal, and it was full of people. And we got a standing ovation for singing Action or Apathy, and it was cool. And finally, I won a grant, a fellowship from the Academy of American Poets, and I got to do something called the Echo Project, where I got poets to tell stories of leaders in community, and we filmed them, and those will be coming out soon. And it was awesome to do that at the Carver and working with other poets. Thank you for listening to me. Have a wonderful night. Back to the stage, Allison Alonso.
All right, everybody give it up for Andrea Vocab Sanderson. First, I want to say thank you for everything you do for San Antonio, and thank you for everything that you've done for me. Seriously. You guys have no idea what an influential person we have on the stage right now. Couple of questions. Where can we find you online?
So if you type in Andrea Vocab Sanderson, which is really long, I can be found on any streaming platform for music, because I have music online. And my press is Flower Song Press, so you can find my book there, or Amazon.com, or BarnesandNoble.com, or Target.com, and maybe at the Twig as well, because my book's there.
Awesome. Is there anything else you're working on that you want to plug right now while you're on stage?
I'm allowed to plug stuff? I didn't know.
Yeah, plug okay, something. Cool. Plug away. We have a...
Well, yeah, I have some music coming out with the group called Return of the Matriarch. It is myself and one other hip-hop artist doing female empowerment hip-hop for the women folks. And I have a song out right now under a group called Daytime, D-A-Y-T-Y-M-E, Daytime, and our song is called Free to Be Me, and it's a love letter to the African-American community, telling them that they're awesome, because if you're black and you're out there, you're awesome, but so is everyone else, but just black people just know you're awesome. Great, okay.
Yeah, all right, thank you so much, Vocab. We love you. Thank you. Everybody give it up for Vocab.